On this episode, we'll be showing you how to properly prepare and seal cracks in concrete the right way, just like the pros. All it takes is the right products, tools, and a few simple steps, and you can seal and repair cracks on your own forever. Stick around because here we go. Hey folks, thank you for visiting Coloredepoxies, where we teach you how to install epoxy like the pros. Today's valuable lesson is going to be about crack repair and how to address them so your epoxy does not crack in the future. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to clean out this joint. We're going to saw cut it out with the saw blade. We're going to put what's called backer rod in here, 1/4 inch backer rod, and then we're going to put a joint polyurea filler in here. And then what this is going to do is it's going to allow the slab to move. So in the future, especially here up in the Northeast where we have a lot of frost heaves, our epoxy is never going to crack. This material is awesome, and now I'm going to show you all the tools that you need to do it with. The thing with this business is safety is first. You want to protect your eyes, you want to protect your hands, so always safety first. It's number one, very important. It's common sense. What we're going to need today is some basic gloves to protect our hands. We're going to need some safety goggles so we don't get a rock in our eyeball. We're going to then get into this saw blade. This saw blade is unique because it's a 1/4 inch wide. It starts off thin at the top and it gets wider to the bottom. That's how you open up the joint, because the cracks go from thin on top and they get wider at the bottom, and that's the purpose of this blade. Then we need to stuff the crack with backer rod. Backer rod is a 1/4 inch material made of foam and stretchable, and this allows to fill the lower half of the crack and fill airspace. Then we're gonna finish the top of this backer rod with what is called RS-88. This is a joint caulking filler. This is what we call polyurea. Polyurea is super flexible, and it flexes with the winter, especially up in the Northeast. No matter how much the slab moves, this material flexes right with it. Little expensive, but absolutely the best, and it dries the best in 3 minutes. Alrighty, now we have this blade here, basic wallpaper scraper. What we're going to do with this is we're going to remove the excess polyurea joint caulking filler from the level of the concrete by scraping it off. Okay, I got my safety glasses on here, I got my gloves, I got my tools I'm going to use. We get the vacuum hose that's going to suck up the dust. What we're going to do is take this wide blade that we explained earlier, we're going to open up this crack. We want to see how wide and how deep it is once we get all this debris removed. Stay tuned. It's good to have a high CFM vacuum like this one, high suction, and then you can see it sucked up all the dust, and watch it. Now we're going to show you why it's so important to cut a crack in the way we showed you and not put it directly, the material, to the crack without opening the joint. Take a look. When you see the crack, now that it's wide open, you can see how deep the crack goes. In this case, this slab is basically separated from this slab. So we're going to need to put that joint caulking filler to create the anti-fracture membrane So when these two slabs shift and move, it doesn't telegraph through to crack our epoxy. Take a look at this crack. Look at how separated it is, but more importantly, how wide the saw blade 1/4 of an inch opened up that joint. Did a beautiful job opening up that joint and exposing just how wide that crack is. If you see pieces like this, it's okay to pop them out, remove them, get rid of them, because that's all going to be filled in with Baccarod and joint polyurea caulking filler. Thanks guys, and I have another pro tip when this is done, so stay tuned. Here's another pro tip. When you're mixing this, the static mixer blends the two materials together. So once it stops the flow, the material will harden right away. So you always have to use up the whole tube, or if you're finished, you stop the tube and then unscrew this and put the cap back on. Before you get started, when you squeeze it out, the first 2 inches is going to become non-curable because they haven't mixed. So what we're going to do is we're going to squirt it on this cardboard right here. And you can see the one color liquid mixing with the brown hasn't fully mixed yet. Now you can start to see it coming out, and here we go. Well, we're completed with the joint crack filling part. So now we're going to go ahead and use this wallpaper scraper, and we're going to remove the excess material to make it nice and flush with the concrete. The nice thing of polyurea is that it's super flexible. So if you have frost heaves, it stretches and it's rubbery, very, very bendable. Well, you saw it. It only took us about an hour. It was not that difficult. You need to have the right tools. On our website, if you visit coloredepoxies.com, we have a step-by-step written installation guide that can show you all aspects of epoxy installations, from flakes, metallics, and so forth. Till then, next time, my friend, we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.